So I have no clue how long this video will last, but I can assure you, first off, God bless the Book of Mormon. God bless my Mormon missionaries. Other than that, various topics to discuss. Again, I hope you got something from my rant and probably laughed your butt off because it was real, raw, serious. Again, I love my role model persona that I keep marketing and promoting to the kids and their families. I'm not going to stop doing that because I'm a role model. But just because I'm a role model don't mean I don't get angry, I don't get sad, I don't get lonely, I don't feel other things. Don't mean that I cannot light a fire up underneath people, let alone have a fire in me to just passionately express a lot of stuff, which is what you're going to hopefully possibly see in a few other videos. Call me crazy if you want to, but that's another thing that I don't think that going forward I can even care about, as long as enough people see the message in the video, they feel the passion, and they think, wow, he might be onto something with at least half of what he's saying, if not everything he's saying. Now, again, God bless the LGBTQ community. Trust me, my opinion of you all from when I was 15 is totally different than my opinion of you, better yet, when I was 19 when I started this whole thing. When it comes to, the different forming a more developed opinion about the LGBTQ community. A lot of you, as I've said before, LGBTQ+, you are some of the smartest, coolest, genuine people I've ever met. You're crafty, you're cunning, you're just, did I say beyond imagination, bright, bold, beautiful, intelligent. Now, there's other aspects of the LGBTQ+ community that absolutely I will never get behind, because I promise you they take they take things just way too far, and I'm pretty sure you can guess the parts that I'm talking about, let alone I will I have put in other songs that I will release eventually. Other than that, God bless the LGBTQ community. Believe it or not, God does love you, and the Bible does say, hate the sin, but love the sinner. And again, basically, we all sinners on this earth, etc. I love Christians, but I ain't gonna lie, a lot of us Christians are bigots, and we have no clue who God is. We are not filled with God's love. We just think we are, which is why we go out there parading with these pickets and banners, pretending to be so woke, and and fighting for so much, fighting for Jesus or fighting for so much social justice. That's another biggest problem in our society. People think they're so darn woke. You're not woke, and I mean, like, you're not spiritually woke. You're not being cool and trendy. You're just being, well, other words that I'm pretty sure you can fill in the blank with. But they're not curse words, by the way. By the way, I'm sorry if the lighting for this video definitely makes me look a tad bit, my face look darker, I guess. I could be filming it on my desk. I don't know how better the light would be, but I really don't care. Honestly, I just want to get these opinions out and let everybody know what's up. I don't like to really hide too much from, my space of which I work in practically, which is, my bedrooms. I don't like to really hide much. I really like to give you, as much in depth with my life as possible, because my faith rules everything. God over everything. So with that being said, like I said, God bless all LGBTQ+ people. I have a lot of music coming out for you. And trust me, I am trying to honor you. I'm trying to support you. I'm trying to encourage you. I'm trying to give you hope and reason for living. I'm trying to let you know that even though your family or whoever else might have ostracized you, truly God never will. He does not like the sin, but he loves you. Love the sinner. Because we are all people, we're all human, we are all, dare I say, fallen on this planet. And more. So I got a lot of music shouting you out, a lot. And you're going to hear it if you haven't already heard it on this channel. A lot of music shouting you out. With that also being said, a lot of family drama, family trauma music, because I ain't gonna lie, I've been thinking to myself after listening to whoever's music I've been listening to, probably NF's a lot. I've been thinking to myself, by the way, NF is my favorite rapper. By the way, at least these days he is, for at least the last year he's been my favorite rapper. I've been listening to him nonstop, like back in the day from like 20, 2013. Back in the day from like 2013. Nope, that was 2012. Back in the day from like 2012 to 20. I want to say 2012 to like 2012 from like 2018. I'm gonna guess, if not 2019, Drake was my favorite rapper. These days, NF is my favorite rapper. And to get that more into perspective, I want everybody to understand with NF, I was on NF, like way before what's it called way before the search came out. I was on him. I was on way before that. Way before the search came out. Like I was there in like the highlight of when he had dropped Perception in 2017. Like I was there. I was there on him, thinking like, okay, NF, Perception, Taylor Swift, Reputation, okay. And like what that means in terms of like, that's kind of when I started diving more into his catalog, was when he dropped Perception. But I had always listened to a couple songs here and there about NF or of NF. I had listened to a few songs here and there, but it was definitely 2017. When I got more on NF and and his wave and his movement. I mean, it was definitely 2017 when I started getting more attached to him, if I'm not mistaken. Actually, it had to be, because he didn't drop an album in 2018, dropped one in 2019. So yeah, it was 2017 when I started getting more on NF. But with that being said, like I said, I got a lot of family drama music to drop, and trust me, for family reasons, I guess, if that's the best word to say it, I'm not going to be too vague with who I'm talking about, with the family members that I'm talking about, but I'm going to try what I can to subliminally give you details here and there of the family members that I'm talking about within the music. Or at least people who are in my family will know who I'm talking about, if they ever listen to the music. Because I can assure you people, I think it is artists like NF, with how personal he is in his music, that, definitely has inspired me to like, I love writing all this positive music, but darn it, not only positive, competitive, I love writing it all. But darn it, don't I go through a lot of crap? Don't I have something family-wise to talk about with some of my growing pains and growing issues? Because even at 22, this stuff ain't stopped. Dare I even say, to be even more personal with my family matters, I ain't gonna lie, I feel like my biggest mistake, the cleanest way I can say this, my biggest mistake was thinking that since I graduated high school in the class of 2018, my biggest mistake was thinking that after graduating high school, my family would change, or start to change. Their personalities would start to reconfigure just a little bit, and so on. I thought people would learn how to start supporting me more, just to find out, if not in the first half of 2018, it was definitely around 2019 somewhere, if I'm not mistaken, everywhere, really. Realizing that, no, they're not going to learn how to start supporting you more, because they don't think that you can change them, / they will not let you change them. And I want every parent out there that listens to what I just said to ask yourself this. What did you have kids for if you're not going to let your kids bring out the best version of you? I promise to God, I feel like a lot of parents, they just had children just to say they had children. They did not have children because they truly wanted to pick up that responsibility of being a real, authentic, genuine parent. You can call me crazy if you want, but look at did I even say data? Look at the evidence. Look at today's society. No matter whether you are 5, 50, 15, 25, etc. No matter which age range you are, you have crybabies, whiny babies, snitches. Name the other words that I can use. Name the other words I can use. You have people who are so, God is my judge and witness, spoiled, entitled, privileged, think that They never have to change. They're never going to change. But they still think they're qualified to complain about the guy in Washington. You're not. You are not. If you have such a hardened heart towards change, what in God's holy name makes you think you're qualified to complain about the guy in Washington? You're not. You are a textbook hypocrite, if I might say that. You are a textbook hypocrite. That is, you have so many textbook double standards. And I'm telling you, God bless old-fashioned people, but I do not subscribe to textbook hypocrisy, textbook double standards, textbook ego, textbook pride. Now, I got some ego and pride, but I know how to balance it and keep it in check with my faith and humility, and a lot of you don't know how to do that. You don't. And evidence could not be more blatant. And definitely when dare I say, cherry picking scriptures, a lot of you do it so garbagely, it's very evident, dare I say, of wherever I could go off on there. I mean, think about it. Because I'm not going to lie and say that sometimes I might not cherry pick scriptures. I don't think I do, but again, if I do, forgive me. But it's more so the fact being, my faith has told me, if you're gonna pick and choose, learn how to constructively pick and choose. Like to where you're staying true and raising awareness at the same time. Versus you're saying one thing, doing another thing, and then looking at me like I'm the crazy one for calling you out on it. But indeed, God bless the LGBTQ community. God bless. And you're not, and by the way, you are not righteous for not supporting them just because you don't want to go get involved with them. And I mean in terms of learning who they are, learning their life, learning their life, their family, their childhood, their independence, their whatever backgrounds. You are not righteous for that. And I'm around so many people who think that they're righteous for not supporting LGBTQ. When saying, oh, it's it's this, it's that. When wait a minute. But this is what a lot of LGBTQ people are so ticked off at the rest of the world or us religious people for. How are you gonna shame them for their lifestyle? Well, look at your textbook dope. Look at what you do in your own personal life. I mean, goodness gracious, it's so amazing, ladies and gentlemen. This is what, and thank God I'm 22, but I promise to you, it is learning, developing, listening to people's garbage over the last 2 to 3 years that have opened my eyes beyond belief. No wonder why the LGBTQ community looks so down on us religious people, because we are just textbook, a lot of us, a certain majority of us are textbook hypocrites. Look at what we do in our own personal lives. But yet we think we're qualified to judge them. We're not. We are truly not. But a lot of religious people think they are. You're not. Wake up and smell the hot coffee. Or there's someone that throws salt in your face or whatever. What has to happen for you to realize, like the Bible says, you're blinded by your own sin. You're blinded. Because again, I'm not saying the church is perfect. I'm never saying that. Because of course they're filled with scandals. I'm not saying that. But there's a reason why so many people don't want to go to church. They don't want to listen to Christian gospel music. They don't want to listen to whatever they don't want to listen to. Because they love their self-righteous sin. They think because they got money, they got a house, they got a car, and because they can negatively drag themselves back and forth to and from work and their house, pay bills and etc., they got it made in terms of that's going to get them by your way into heaven because you can pay bills, because you own a car. Rather than your character, rather than your heart, rather than your mindset, how you think, what you believe. The evidence could not be spitting at us more in the face every day. I'm pretty sure I can go off on hours and hours with this. But again, I'm going to cut this video off for 15 minutes. God bless. Your boy, NJ to the city. Hopefully you learned something. If not, hopefully you laughed out loud. And I'm your favorite comedian. God